And I'm going to teach you how to play the main riff of Crossroads from the Battle Studies album by John Mayer. And I'm not going to teach the solo quite yet, but I'm going to make another video for the solo. And there's, you know, minor details in this song that I'll cover in the next video. Okay, so for this song, it's just standard tuning, okay? And your first chord's going to be an A. Now you're going to be using no pick, okay? So what you're going to be using is these three fingers right here, your thumb, your index, and your middle, okay? Place your thumb on the A string, and then place your index finger on the D, and place your middle finger on the G, okay? So your left hand is going to be, you're just going to flatten out your first finger over the second fret of the D and the G. So, and you're going to have that open A, okay? So the chord is, you can just practice doing that. Use your thumb, index, and middle in your right hand, and your just your first finger on your left, and just go. Just get used to that feel. Okay, so what you're first going to do is you're going to hit your thumb on that open A, and then with your other two fingers you're going to hit these two notes. So just practice that. Okay, after you do that, you're going to hit the open D string and open G string, okay, with these two fingers. So back to the second fret on both the D and G string like you had before, and hit that again, okay? So, and let that A ring, let that open A ring. So you're only using your thumb once right there, and then, okay? Then you're gonna hit both of those open again like we just did, and you're gonna, so it's gonna sound like this. After you do that, you're going to use your first finger on the second fret of the D string, and then you hit that with your thumb. So practice going from the open D and G to the second fret on the D string, and then with your thumb. So far it's, that's probably the hardest little part right there. So once you do that, you're going to hit the two open again, okay? So on the D and the G, hit those open again. So okay, and then with your middle finger, you're going to hit the third fret on the A string, okay? And give it a little bluesy bend, okay? So like just a little, not like too much, but just, okay? Bend it down. Okay? And you hit that with your thumb. So just to recap on all that, you're going to hit the open A with your thumb, and then the second fret on the D and the G with your first and second finger with your right hand. So, and then open with your first and second finger in your right hand, and then back to the second fret D and G, still using those two fingers, and then open again with those two fingers, and then with your thumb you're gonna hit the second fret on the D, okay, and then open again with your two fingers, and then with your thumb you got the C note on the A, okay? So fast it would sound like this. Okay, and then you just keep repeating that. Okay, now for the D, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna have the 5th fret on the A string, which you hit with your thumb, and then the 7th fret barred for the D and the G, using your 3rd finger. Okay, and you're gonna be using these 2 fingers to hit those. So thumb for the 5th fret, 2 fingers for the 7th frets, and then so just that. Okay, and then after you do that, you're gonna take off your 3rd finger and flatten out your 1st finger over the 5th fret of the D and the G. So it would sound like this. And then you go back to the 7th fret again. So only using your thumb for that D note. So okay, and then you go back to the 5th fret. Okay. And then you're going to use your 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the D string, that note, okay, and you're going to hit that with your thumb. So okay, and then after you do that, you're going to go back to the 5th fret barred, okay, and then you're going to hit the 5th fret with your thumb on the A string. So so far it goes like this. That's for the A, now for the D. Okay? Now when you get to the F sharp minor part, you're just going to use your thumb on the 2nd fret of the E, skip a string, use your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D, and then use your 1st finger on the 2nd frets of the G and the B. So okay? So you're going to go thumb on the 2nd fret of the E, thumb on the 4th fret of the D, and then for the barred 1st finger over here, you're going to use your fingers, these 2 fingers. So okay, and then you do it again. Okay, so you go. And then you hit the 4th fret where your 3rd finger is with your thumb, and then the first or the your 1st finger on the 2nd fret, you're gonna hit that again with your 2 fingers. So it's gonna go. So thumb, thumb, these 2, thumb, thumb, these 2, thumb, these 2. Okay, and then you're gonna move it up to the 5th fret on the A string, and you're gonna use your middle finger on the 5th fret and your 1st finger on the 4th fret of the D, and then just an open on the G. Okay, so and then you're gonna do basically the same thing. You're gonna go thumb, thumb, and then your 1st finger, okay, and then do that again. Thumb, thumb, 1st finger, okay, and then you're gonna go. Then you're gonna hit the 5th fret again, and then the open one again. So okay, so that whole part right there sounds. Okay, then you go back into the and give me about a week and I will have the solo ready for you. So I hope you have fun with this song. It's pretty much my favorite guitar song on Battle Studies, on my favorite song, but for guitar. It's a really cool song to learn, originally done by Robert Johnson back in the day, okay? And then Eric Clapton covered it. A lot of people have covered it, but this is John Mayer's version, and if you're a John Mayer fan or a blues fan, or both, you need to learn this song. My name's Brandon Colon. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you recommend some videos for me to do. Thanks for watching.
Try to flag it right.